Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Game on Cloud 9 here, and I'm here to bring you guys a new One Piece manga 695 prediction this week. In this week's chapter of One Piece, finally, we are getting somewhere. Like, I have not made a prediction actually for a few weeks. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are aware of this, but I finally feel like we're getting somewhere now, so I feel as though, okay, now I can feel like I can review this series fairly again because the past couple chapters of One Piece have been really slow for me and it's been really hard for me to actually focus on them personally. So I'm glad we're finally getting past something and we're finally getting to something I'm really interested in seeing because, of course, we had the whole fight with Baby Five and Buffalo, of course, with Frankie. I didn't really care for that too much, although it was kind of interesting to see, of course, Frankie use his iron pirate, his big old robot looking thing. Finally, he got to use that a little bit more in combat. We're seeing him go against some New World pirates, and actually, it doesn't seem like he's winning so easily either because it seems like there's actually a bit of a struggle, which I like to see because we are in New World. And the main complaint I've had with New World so far is basically that we haven't been getting that New World feel yet. They've been blowing through the pirates like they're nothing, and I'm glad finally now they're actually we're starting to see more of a struggle with them against different opponents. So I'm like, all right, that's good, good. Thank you, Oda. Thank you. But of course, the fight's not really. I mean, the fight's actually looking pretty interesting. So I'm actually seeing. I don't mind seeing a little bit more of that. But we have Law, of course, Law, Luffy, the entire Strike crew, and all those kids escaping out of the laboratory. And of course, we see them going through the mountain and all that, and they're riding down in that big old cart. And one thing I guess you can say that we learned this week's chapter is, of course, Caesar Clown. Of course, he tries to kill Smoker in a way, but we find out that the heart that he had was not Smoker's heart. Really, all this time he had Monet's heart because we see Monet in the room and she's getting ready to set off the explosion or whatnot. And right before she gets ready to do that, what does Caesar Clown do? He stabs the heart, and Monet dies. So that's a pretty good plot twist because then we see, okay, we all know Smoker had to make it through this, but I'm glad the fact that to actually see like the explosion go off. We see Monet is pretty much done now. She's finished off. Although I would have liked to see right before she done that. Maybe she would have pressed the button just to see what happened, but. I'm not complaining. It's still pretty cool, regardless. She's finally knocked out. Caesar Clown, he's happy that Buffalo, of course, and Baby Five are there. So, he's about to get rescued. And, of course, Law explains the whole thing to Smoker. So that's mainly the main part of the chapter. But the ending is what really interested me and really made me feel like, yes, it is about time. I've been waiting for this. We see Doflamingo. He is on his way. I'm like, finally, the real fight is about to begin. I don't know if maybe they're gonna get on their ship and leave, and then he's gonna approach them then, or if he's actually gonna get there in time before they leave the island. But the fact that he is approaching them right now is getting me excited because Caesar Clown was a big disappointment to me as a villain. I personally didn't like him. Some of you guys may dislike that video because I said I don't like Caesar Clown. And the reason why I didn't, because he gave me a Hody feel. Doflamingo feels threatening. He feels like New World. He feels like, okay, now the real fight's about to begin. I'm just like, okay, I'm excited now because Doflamingo is coming, and we should see some crazy stuff from him. I'm definitely no Luffy's not going to be fighting him easily or beating him easily. So I'm glad. I'm just happy. I can't explain that. It's something I've just been waiting to happen for a long time now. One Piece is for some real stuff to go down, and sometimes I feel like in One Piece that doesn't really happen a lot. Like you have to wait a long time before stuff to actually go down, and finally it seems like Oda's getting to some stuff that I feel like we all really want to see and need to see. So I'm thinking, okay, I also thought we saw Garp in the chapter. I know it wasn't Garp though. I couldn't tell who it was. I think we've seen this character before, but we saw like on the last page how there was this guy in the corner. I know he was talking about like how Doflamingo always basically leaves his comments behind or whatever. He's always just jetting off, and I don't know. He kind of reminded me of Garp a little bit, and I doubt Garp would be working with freaking Doflamingo, obviously, but I mean, it definitely. I mean, this is all getting pretty interesting now. I want them to go to Dressrosa now because it looks like an island. Like it kind of reminds me like a mafia. I mean, he reminds me Doflamingo straight reminds me of a mafia boss. So, I mean, for all you Hitman Reborn fans, I've never really gotten Hitman Reborn, but I know Hitman Reborn is kind of like a mafia. So you guys may probably like this arc that's like it's coming up because, and I actually do myself as well because Doflamingo. I mean, he seems like a mafia boss. So whatever happens now, not sure where Oda's going to go with this. I mean, I don't think Doflamingo's going to reach the island next week, just yet. Especially knowing Oda's pacing, it's probably going to be a few chapters before he gets there. But I do think the Straw Hats probably are going to end up helping out Frankie pretty soon. They're probably going to escape out of the laboratory next chapter, probably. And, or we already seen them escape. I don't know what I'm thinking. We already seen them escape now, because or kind of somewhat escape because we've seen how he was asking, does Law was asking, does anybody a wind user? So we should be good on that end. So next week's chapter should be pretty good. More fight between Baby Five probably and Buffalo. We'll see. And that's pretty much it all I can say about this week's chapter, guys. Great. And please don't forget to rate this review. So if you like it, please put a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, you can put a thumbs down. The choice is yours. Also, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe if you enjoyed my content, if you would like to see more of it. And don't forget to comment down below, tell me what you thought about this week's chapter. Oh yeah, one more thing I'd like to add about this week's chapter. I'm kind of wondering if maybe Doflamingo maybe could just be coming to pick up Caesar Clown, because that's also a case too. He doesn't have to just fight against the Straw Hats right now. He may temporarily kind of throw them off course or something like that, like usually how everybody always does. It seems like in One Piece. So that may be a possible case, but this chapter overall, I think, had a really good balance and left a great cliffhanger at the end. So that's pretty much my finishing thoughts on this week. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.